What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be finding out, are disc manufacturers charging too much for plastic? I got this Whammo set for $10 at Menards. Today we're going to find out at Lovers Lane how it does for 9 holes. So I'm going to play the front 9 here at Lovers Lane Park in Bowlinggreen with the Whammo starter set. I want to say it was like 10 bucks. So that's cheaper than the cost of a baseline putter from most of the top manufacturers. Gateway, I've found, is probably the best bang for your buck. That's actually one of the reasons that I switched to throwing Gateway, was because their Wizards were a whole lot cheaper. I guess on hole 1, I will be trying, I'll be trying the 160 gram Whammo Frisbee golf disc fairway driver. And then, I don't know what this tooth is, but here's the pop top action on it. Feels kind of like a beach ball material, like that kind of plastic. It's really weird. Has this groove on the top. Let's give it a rip on this hole. It's 400 feet to the basket. I'll be putting a little bit hyzer on it, trying to get it to go just straight. So I think if you could get over the feel of the plastic with these, the flight wasn't really that bad. Probably gonna have to mark that driver, throw it again on a 400-foot hole, but had kind of a strong headwind, and I didn't really expect it to fight that. So we'll see how it goes on shot number 2. Almost. I'm gonna put this down to mark and then kind of move this to try to do maybe a standstill. Kind of got to run uphill with this, so definitely can tell I'm having to put certain angles on the disc. I mean, that's not bad. I kind of had to flex it a little bit because of the way I was standing on that hill. I think if you could put it on just enough hyzer, probably get it to 350. So now we're faced with a putt where I would want my normal drive to be. Not a bad set. It just doesn't feel very premium. But for 10 bucks, I don't know. So this is the putter, putting from probably a good 40 feet. Oh, that's floaty. That's really floaty for a putter. So I may have some trouble with that. All right. See if we can get this bogey putt. Yeah. I mean, it's not too bad for 10 bucks. You're not gonna save a bunch of strokes when you're saving cash, right? It's not bad. This material is a little slick. This putter reminds me kind of like a dart kind of rim, maybe, Luna. So now I think I'm gonna try the driver out on kind of a backhand roller. I would normally throw a mid-range here, but I don't know if I'm gonna trust the Whammo Frisbee version. 300 feet, we'll try both, see how they do. It's backhand roller with the fairway driver. All right, that actually did pretty close to what I thought it would do. It feels kind of like my Assassin. So if you're wanting like a premium version of this, you could probably pick up like an NXT Light Assassin, and you could hit a bunch of trees with it and it not be this kind of plastic. Let's try big anhyzer with the mid. Almost. I didn't get a hold of that one really. So part of that is kind of my fault. But so far for 10 bucks, I mean, I'm actually impressed. How are they gonna hold up? That I can't really tell you. Kind of has like that beach ball plastic feel. It's almost like G-Star, but it just feels cheap. There's also like quite a bit of flashing and stuff around the edge of the disc and kind of even underneath. You're not gonna get that with a premium manufacturer. So the fairway driver actually went a little bit farther than I expected, and we've got about another 50-foot putt here, 45. See if we can make a birdie. Oh man, that putter just floats like too much. I like my putters to have a little bit more stability, and that putter is way understable. It's almost like throwing a Frisbee. The mid-range to me acts a whole lot more like your traditional disc golf putter would. It's shaped almost like a rock from Innova or a Prophecy, but it flies kind of unstable. Another problem too with this putter is it's really, like I said, it's really floaty. So even a 15 footer, it's kind of scary to me because the putter is so floaty. If I miss, I'm 40 feet. So now we're at hole 3. We bogeyed hole 1, but I honestly feel like that bogey was from the putter. It's super glidey. I'm gonna try this, I'm gonna try this mid-range out and throw the shot I would normally throw. It's kind of a poke and hope hole anyway, but I'm gonna try to throw on the inside line here. See if we can't get a birdie look. Then we may have to throw that putter. Oh, it actually wasn't too bad. I kind of threw it a little nose up and not quite the turnover that I wanted. The mid-range is pretty overstable really compared to the driver. So now I'm gonna be kind of giving the putter just a little toss. See if we can get this in the basket. Probably a 50-foot putt maybe. That should be an easy par. So we're still 1 over for 4 holes. Kind of to be expected because hole 1's pretty long. If I had to give this like a speed, I'd say it's almost like a 6, something like that. Having to put a lot of hyzer on it to get it to go straight, and it's really slow. The putter is crazy floaty. The mid's not bad. The mid's actually pretty overstable. It's kind of like a rock, maybe a rock 3. It's not as flat though. So 330 feet. Let's try this fairway driver out. Got a little bit of a right to left wind. I actually threw it that time and put some like fairly good juice to it, and it just flipped over. So you're gonna have to throw the fairway driver with a lot of hyzer, even for a slower arm speed. This driver just turned over, just a little bit more hyzer and probably honestly just a little more stability. By the way guys, if you haven't checked out my Super Hole Sunday playlist, I'm gonna leave that in the description below, because for Vlogmas, I'm gonna be doing 25 episodes of Super Hole Sunday every day through December. Let's throw, I'm gonna throw what I would throw here. So this is a putter shot with the overly floaty putter, so I'm gonna try to put a lot of hyzer on it. That's actually not bad. And I don't think I would trust that in a wind, like headwind very much. Kind of in tester range for this putter. Let's see if we can make one. Just didn't lift. That's 2 over. And most of the time I can putt with anything, but this is really Frisbee-like, really floaty and hard to spin because the plastic is slick. So it's really hard for me to push putt it. So now we're on to like, would be a 4-hand hole. What I normally do is just turn over a mid, just kind of let it push from left to right. So we're gonna try the mid-range out, see how it does. I'm not throwing real strong today for some reason. Hole 1 actually of this challenge, I threw kind of weird and pulled a little bit in my shoulder, so taking it a little easy. That actually didn't fly too bad. If it was an Element, my go-to mid-range, then I think I would have been able to correct for it, possibly been up there for an easy 2. We'll see. I think we're gonna get to try out the putter next. So this set's not bad. For 10 bucks, really can't complain. And if you're just wanting to play disc golf for fun, then it's probably the cheapest option to have a full set and something that you can actually throw. I don't think they did a bad job with any of the discs in this set. Would I recommend this to someone that's really wanting to play disc golf and can see themselves playing more than 5 rounds, probably not. I would recommend a Gateway starter set, probably around the $30, $40, and you're gonna be getting better discs. About another 50 footer maybe. I'm gonna flip this, and I think I'm just give this kind of a little nose up bid like I do with my Wizards most of the time. Yeah. So the putter really likes to be thrown like a Frisbee. Lots of nose up, lots of spin, and it'll just kind of glide straight. The mid-range is a little more of a golf disc. It's probably the most golf disc in the pack along with the fairway driver. Should be just a little tap in with this putter. So now we're on to hole 6. I'm gonna try to give this a max distance rip. See if we can't get at least an easy 3 on this. I don't expect it to get there. That barely cleared the hill, I think. I get so much more distance out of my Assassin. You could buy one Assassin for 18 bucks in the NXT plastic. Cheaper if you use my code. And that would be your fairway driver forever. I almost guarantee that my Assassin would have been an extra 100 feet. See how this mid-range does. Oh, all right. Actually went a little flippier than I thought it would that time. A little tap in. Little tap in par. So he's mowing this fairway right now. This might be the last time I see this fairway driver, but I'm gonna give it a full pump out to the left. Lots of spin and see if I can't get it to flip and then flip around. It actually did. I just needed more hyzer. I think if I throw this mid-range flat, I should be able to get it there. Kind of chain high, maybe. I was a little too nose up. Trying to adjust for how flippy these are. And be putting the putter to the test. This is that tester range. Made it. That's about a 30 footer. And I released that putt like this. 265 feet. I'm gonna go on and throw what I would normally throw here, and that would be a mid-range. This is a weird mid-range. If you throw it flat, it's really flippy. If you throw it hyzer, it actually doesn't like to fight out of it. It's kind of weird. That actually worked out. Let's try the fairway driver just to see. What do you do if you get an ace with a whammo set? You still got to sign it and hang it on the wall, right? I feel like my timing is still just all over the place. Sometimes I have great timing and I throw shots that could be 320, 350 again. And other times my timing is so screwed up that I only get maybe 200 feet. It's really annoying. But I mean, that's disc golf. You're never perfect at anything and you just got to keep working at it. I'm working on my timing all winter. Let's see if we can't make a big putt. I'm gonna try to nose up spin this one. Probably 45, maybe 50 feet. Oh. That's really close. I think if that putter had any kind of fade, it would have made it. Just a tap in with a putter. Shooting 2 over. Really thought I could get a birdie on hole 8. Now we're on to the last hole. One of my favorite shots. Gonna throw a big anhyzer, and this is kind of a crosswind, so it's gonna be like smashing it down the whole time. Yeah. Oh, I just smashed it so bad. I don't know, they're just too flippy for this shot. About a 15 mile an hour crosswind. It just slammed them into the ground. I think they're really too flippy for that kind of shot. So what I normally throw here is an element, sometimes maybe even something a little more stable because I want the disc to be kind of fighting out of it. In the mid-range, it's It's really too flippy for that. This whole set is really too flippy for that shot to work. So you would have to throw it more flat and let it flip over, and that's gonna create almost a straight shot 9 times out of 10. So now we got a little nose up floater with a putter. Try to get to 1 over. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. That's not giving it a run for it like I thought it would. There's the mid. Oh, that's a little better. And even that was thrown with a lot of nose up. So this entire set's pretty flippy. The plastic is really gummy and bendy, kind of like G-Star maybe. Putter just slid up here for like a little tap in. I think if I had thrown this putter flat off the tee and high, I think I could have got maybe 40-foot look at it. So that's 9 holes out here at Lover's Lane with the Whammo Frisbee starter pack for disc golf. Final thoughts on everything. It's actually not that bad for 10 bucks. Let me know if you guys want me to do a durability test to see how these beat in. But if you're a brand new player, you're just starting to play disc golf, it's actually not that bad of an option. 10 bucks, you can stand to lose one of these, and that's pretty likely when you first start playing golf, especially if you have a more wooded course, things like that. Now, once you start taking the sport a little more serious, I would recommend checking out Gateway's website. They've got a lot of premium plastics and discs that will stay in your bag for a lifetime. Their new NXT plastic is really awesome. I love throwing my Assassin in their NXT plastic, and it reminded me a lot of this fairway driver. This is just quite a bit more flippy. So if you get a lightweight Assassin in the NXT plastic, then it'll fly about like this. And it'll last forever because NXT is really tough. So thanks for hanging out, guys, and watching me test out some Frisbees, Frisbee golf Frisbees. If you guys are enjoying the content, here's another video that YouTube thinks you might like from me. Have a great day. Stay in the fairway, guys. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I noticed that like 40% of you are subscribed out of the views that I'm getting, so don't forget to subscribe if you like the content. I'm gonna be doing a lot of fun things on the channel. Thanks, guys.